Hello everyone, and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match full show on the internet. These boys have just come back from St Mary's. It was West Ham United 3, Southampton 1. Do you know what? Go for the starting lineup because I had a few complaints last week.
Randolph in goal.
He ain't written it down because he didn't think I was going to ask him.
Criswell left back, Fontaine Reid in the middle, Kyoto coming in at right back, 4 across the middle, Obiang Noble in the centre, Snodgrass on the right. Yeah, and Faguli left, and Faguli on the right, and Antonio up top with Andy Carroll.
I was very surprised with dropping Lanzini.
I think he had a bit of a fire strain.
Yeah,
that's what someone said before the game. He'd had a fire.
Yeah, he weren't. It was hard that he was ill 1 out of 2, and they didn't think he was. He weren't fit enough to start, so they put him on the bench. Yeah,
it certainly did.
It did. To be fair, I think if he had been fit, I think Faguli would have been the one to miss out.
Yeah. I don't think he done that well today for Gooley, to be honest. Done all right.
He done enough, but...
When everyone's fit now, I don't think he gets in, does he?
He blows hot and cold, doesn't he, too much? Like, up against Borough and all that, he looked like a really good player, and then up against City, it was like... Oh,
he seems to drift inside a lot, doesn't he?
He wasn't the only player, though.
Oh, no, yeah. But
no, he didn't do badly today.
No, I don't think you fault anyone.
No, I'm picking bones, really.
Yeah.
It started lively for us, the game. I thought we'd done well in the first opening. What was it till they scored 12? So 10 minutes out of 12, I thought it was really good. I thought we started well. Got ourselves in a few good positions.
Yeah, had a half chance in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So, it's a good way to... As I said in previews, you need to respond to that defeat against Man City. You got to go out there and respond, and what a way to do it. You know,
it was like watching a different side today. You know what I mean? But
confidence.
When I look back at the City game now, it's obviously quite easy to sort of pick bones out of it when when it's fresh in your mind. But they was just too good for us. That game.
I watched the highlights back when I got home, and we couldn't get near them. There was too many individual mistakes and errors and people not picking up players, and
when you're playing City, you got to be top of the
anyway,
game, but that's gone.
City.
That's gone. And 10 minutes was all right. All of a sudden, the old St Mary's curse seemed like it was going to strike again.
New signing.
And brand new signing, making his debut.
Great finish.
It was a good goal.
Great
fair.
Little win of offside, but I was watching it on the telly. I didn't think it was offside.
No. I think
we thought it was in the ground. But
Reedy just
played him
on. You know, it was tight. It was tight, but looking at it, he just played.
Look at the finish, man. He smashed it. You think Randolph should have saved
near
it?
Post.
Mate, that was past him before he blinked.
He half hit that
spot.
I
know, but a keeper shouldn't be beat at his near post. Not when he's standing. He's holding on.
That's
to
a
the
myth.
Thing.
I've been told by professional goalkeepers that's a myth, mate. Jimmy Walker have your nuts for saying things like that.
Yeah,
and then beers.
Yeah.
But no, look, might be being overcritical, but
yes, you are.
He's standing on the post.
But no, he didn't.
He did win in. I thought.
He did lever it.
To be honest, it went in. I thought, oh, here we go.
Yeah, after Wednesday night and then going 1-0 down, I thought, how are they going to respond to this? Can they respond? And then
pretty much, what was it, 4 minutes?
No, it was 2.
Yeah,
2 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Must have been a celebration kick-off. Fucking little bit of backwards and forwards, and then that was it. Straight in.
Great ball by Obiang.
Yeah.
Brilliant finish.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we were talking about it in the car on the way back. Andy Carroll, like, he's just a totally different player, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's got it. His game has improved so much.
Yeah, I said it. I know he gets so many plaudits for his ability in the air and all that, and we forget that he is actually quite good with his feet as well.
He's got left and right.
Yeah,
you know, he's the way he's been playing these last few weeks. I said I'll be surprised as much as I don't want him to. Surprised if he's not in the next England squad.
Yeah, we were saying that.
He's got to be.
I said if he ain't, then
he's got to be one of the best English centre forwards playing at the moment, isn't he? On form.
The run he made, everything about it. You know, the run. The pass, the weight of the pass.
The amount of times I've seen us getting in positions this season
and fluffy,
and they're hitting the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
You know?
The thing is, that's a player with confidence at the moment. And what's that? 6 goals now or 7 goals in
9, isn't it?
Or something like that since he's been
10,
back from injury.
Yeah.
If he stays fit for the rest of the season, he'd get at least 12, 15. Carries on like this.
They was sort of like the centre halves were pairing up on him, weren't they? And still couldn't stop him.
It's just such a shame. I said I'm going to stop talking about this, and I will. It's just such a shame we couldn't bring in that centre forward to play. I mean, Defoe again to the 2 today. You know what I mean?
This is the thing, right? If Bilic has got faith in Caleri, then he's got to start playing him.
Not only
because
that,
Antonio ain't a striker, right?
No.
Again, it showed a lot of Antonio's best work today come from when he was a bit deeper.
Yeah.
Not only that,
wider,
you've got Andre Ayew coming back next week, and he can play up front. He might.
Did they go out?
Yeah, they went out last night.
They got the third place
and
playoff, haven't they?
Well, he's going to be back in the next 2 weeks, isn't he? So maybe he could be someone to play off Carroll.
Yeah.
You know, he can play up front. He proved that last season at the Bowling when the Swansea beat us.
Yeah, and I said he's played up there alongside the big striker, isn't he? You know, he played up there with
Anything that worried me about the time he come off today.
Oh.
Carroll.
I think that was more to protect him.
Yeah, I think Bilic's fault. I think see the game out, take him off.
I think he was confident when he
didn't go off injured.
He worked hard against City.
Yeah,
and
he needs a rest.
He's worked hard again today. You know, he was chasing down players.
Yeah, I think
I just hope it is that.
I think it was just once we got.
He was back on the pitch at the end of the game, so that's always a good sign. You know what I mean?
So I mean, you look at the subs. Bilic's made it.
I mean, even
really, you know.
Czech Kyoto today coming in. Fucking, he was unbelievable. Just come back from a tournament. He's only been back a few days, and he puts in a performance like that. It's a shame he had to play right back. I mean, I'd like to see him. But then again, I thought Noble was quality today.
Covered a lot of ground today, Noble. Done a lot of running.
I think maybe he needed to kick up the arse on Wednesday after what happened, and he was all over the pitch, wasn't he?
Look, with Noble, I do think our pitch at home doesn't suit him.
No.
I think the pitch is too big for him.
Yeah, it's too big.
St Mary's same size pitch as ours. He's done all right on that today.
Exactly. Didn't look the same, don't it?
Yes, I was reading Panthers. I think someone said it was the same size as ours.
Oh, fair enough then. That's that fucking thing.
You should shut up, really.
Yeah, no, he covered a lot of ground today, and he worked hard. He was sliding in, winning challenges. It was like the Noble of last season. And
to be honest, once we'd gone 2-0 down against City, and the way they was playing, you could see there was no way back. They didn't really put in great effort, did they? Do you know what I mean? I think they was picking their battle a little bit.
It's more damage limitation.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
concede too many.
Yeah,
you know, but
and maybe that's the way we've gone this
but
season.
like I said on the review the other day, that City, we're miles away from teams like that. Anything we pick up from them are a bonus. Games like Southampton and West Brom next week are the games where we have to pick up points.
And that's the thing. So long as you're beating the teams around you and below you, it's a good season, isn't it?
I mean,
you pick off points from the top lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anything off of the top 5 or 6 is a bonus, isn't it? I mean,
we were spoiled.
I mean, like when you look at
like
teams like Chelsea, Arsenal, City, United, you know, you get anything off of them, it's a bonus. Liverpool, I mean, we probably can pick something off of them. You know what I mean?
Like we got a point.
Now. We've got a point off of them, and we still got to play them at home. But
that's the last game, though.
Yeah, Southampton, West Brom next week is a massive game now because they're 5 points in front of us.
Yeah.
We win that, it's a 2-point gap, and then we can start looking at, you know, talking about can we push a late charge for Europa League again.
Everton, I think, is 8 points.
Yeah, but we can catch them.
Yeah, Everton are good form.
They're on a good run of form. They won 6-3 today.
I'll tell you what, though, that was a game and a half because I was watching. I had Sky Sports Centre on. And they went 3-0 down, 3-0 up. Yeah. Then they got 2 back, and then it was all Bournemouth, and then they scored the 4th, and it just opened the floodgates a little bit. It was a good game, but I mean, just before half time, a few half chances. I think they had a couple of half chances. They had one where it come off Czech's head. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
he went to it. I mean, come off the inside of his head. They had a couple of chances. They really should have probably buried one, but.
Obiang's goal, I didn't see Obiang's goal. I was having a piss. that was a funny thing. We was all in, it was always in the toilet, and then we heard like a little roar, and we thought, it can't be West Ham because it ain't loud enough. And all of a sudden, they announced on the tannoy that was inside, and it went Southampton 1, West Ham United 2, Pedro Obiang, and everyone just started jumping around. Piss was going everywhere. Blokes are like cuddling you, and you're like, get off, you dirty bastard. I missed that one, but I see the goal on the replay. Yeah, it was great. It took a deflection, didn't it?
Yeah,
it was still a couple.
They invited him on. They invited him on, and that's what I like
about
him.
First goal.
As soon as he got it, everyone's going, show.
He wasn't afraid to have a go, and that gave him a bit of confidence.
And also, how many times this season have we been in that position and not pulled the trigger?
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, and
try to look for that little pass.
Yeah. You know, he's just hit it, and that's what happens. You hit a shot from the edge of the area into a group of players.
Anything can happen.
Exactly, and it goes in the back of the net.
Oh,
you know.
dice.
I think we deserved it as well, the 2-1 lead at half time.
And went at half time, and I thought to myself, they've got to come on next in the first 10
They
minutes.
brought Redmond on, didn't they?
Yeah,
Nathan
Redmond come
on
on
for
when they come on.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, he always seems to score against
Yeah.
his old
He's
but
one of them.
like in 10 minutes later, free kick.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just saying the other day, weren't we? Every time West Ham get a free kick now, mate, it's a queue for people to go and get their beer filled up
Yeah.
or something. You know what I mean?
No Payet.
But it took a big deflection. They said it was an own goal at first.
It was on target, though.
Yeah, it was on
wasn't
target.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
they ended up giving it to him.
The thing is, it was I think he's a cross.
Of course, it's a cross.
It's a cross.
Yeah, he's hitting it. He's hitting it
sort of
low.
misses,
isn't
putting
he?
it in that-
but that's
danger.
but that's the thing, innit? When like
Cold over on set.
the last
It, mate.
sort of when Payet was here, we barely crossed the ball. You know what I mean? Like when we got free kicks around that area, someone was always having a go, or you know what I mean. When he did cross it, he wasn't a very good crosser of the ball. Like you know what I mean?
When you
Payet.
see some of the crosses that other players have put in since he's been gone,
Yeah.
you notice a difference.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
But-
some of the
Snodgrass,
Snodgrass
which is
is delivered.
But
Yeah.
that's what you've got to do in them areas, especially when you get free kicks around them dangerous areas. Just put it in an area because anything can happen. You know what I mean?
That's what Graham just said, the corridor of uncertainty. You put the ball in that area, defenders have got a running back towards the goal. The keeper's 50-50 whether he's going to come
And
for it.
if it hits someone like it did, it goes in the back of the
Yeah,
net.
not, you know, it goes in the back and there it goes out for a corner. So you're still on the attack. So and that's what we don't do enough.
And they was more concentrating on Reed and that. They was just looking at Reed all the time, so it took them by surprise. And yeah,
Well, after that, I'll be honest, they weren't in it. We closed it out.
Yeah.
It was an onslaught.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when Carroll went off because it was like Lanzini come off. I thought that was a strange substitution, but you know, but we went sort of like 3-7 because Cech come off as well.
Yeah,
I think that was an
Cech come off
injury.
Ginge.
No,
I think
I
we've.
think it's
I've
Ginge.
got-
I don't know.
I think
He looked like he was limping a little
Yeah,
bit.
but
Yeah,
I think it's an
but
impact
But
injury.
he's played a lot of games in a short period of time.
he was
hasn't
injured
So-
out in the African Nations Cup when he picked up. He's probably knackered, bless him. He's got a week off now.
But-
Senegalese
But the
prince,
good
I love
thing
him.
is, you
I
look
love
at
it.
Always smiling, that boy.
the bench is a bit stronger at the minute, isn't it? I know it ain't brilliant because we've still got a couple of youngsters on there.
No, but
you
we've got a good starting 11.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, hello.
But not only that, like I said, Czech's
Tell
come
you
off
to set it up.
and Collins has come on. You know, it's a good.
Yeah.
It's good to have that strength.
He got a 4 in the paper.
Who, Collins?
Yeah, on the Sky Sports rating, a 4.
What, for today?
Yeah,
He was only on about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. wasn't he?
Cech got a 5.
Yeah.
Really?
It just shows you. I've said this before. I remember
What were they watching?
a Man City game last year when the Song put up some ratings, and Song was the best player on the pitch by a mile. Alex Song, he was best player on the pitch by a mile, and they give him a 5.
I remember a game when they gave Frank Lampard star man, and I think either Chelsea just nicked it 1-0, and the opposition player was one of the opposition players was one of the best, and in the end they rescinded the rating because so many people complained. You know,
I just
They,
make
I
out
don't,
the-
yeah,
the
they make it out as
make
they
it
go
out as
along.
they
that's it.
Yeah, but yeah, they come on, and it didn't look like it was going to concede. It didn't look like it was going to concede, really.
They had a couple of half chances, didn't they? They had one. Who was it? They didn't have a scissor kick that went over just over the
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah.
Well, not just over, but
Yeah,
Mate,
and
mate,
Eder as
mate.
well.
I think that Gabbiadini missed one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he missed one. He should have scored really,
Yeah.
but apart from them chances,
Randolph made a couple of tidy saves.
yeah,
down low.
done some nice saves.
I think Jose Fonte today was obviously the other night would have knocked his confidence. And Gam, what last place he would have wanted to go after Wednesday
Back to
night
your
would have been
old club.
At the
Southampton.
end of the day,
And he
right,
dealt with it. And
You
him
look-
and Reed, they must have worked on it from Wednesday to Friday in training.
Yeah, of
him and Reed were so much closer together.
But it's not only that, it's hard. It's so harsh to judge someone on a game against.
Oh, yeah,
City,
no, I'm not
especially when
saying
they're
that.
playing like
The thing
that.
is, it was a tough debut for him. That Jesus is a new player. It's not a player that they're going to know anything
No,
about.
I'm just
you know,
saying,
so
like, you
it's-
think it might have knocked his confidence a bit. Like, you think you're playing your first game, you want to impress, and you've just
I
conceded
think,
4 goals.
to be honest with you, I think he's a more experienced
Yeah.
player than that. You know what I mean? He's got a wise old head on him.
But
isn't
no,
he?
Snodgrass today was unbelievable.
brilliant.
And like
He
the amount
worked
of
his nuts
effort
off,
he
mate.
was putting in, he put in more effort in 90 minutes than what Payet did over the last 5 games for West Ham, and that's the truth. That's the
They
absolute truth.
didn't let their defence settle.
The thing is,
That's all.
with
He's
Snodgrass-
chasing them and-
you know what you're going to get, didn't you?
Yeah, but
You
a lot
know.
of people slated him when we signed him. I think he's a good signing.
He's a good
I
signing.
think he's a decent player. He's 29 years old. He's at the peak of his career now.
and he's what we needed now.
Yeah.
He's
You
a
know,
tidy
he
player. He's a
ain't
really
this
tidy player.
world-class player or anything like that, but he's a player that we were in a bit of a tight spot. We needed an experienced Premier League player,
thing is,
and that's what we got.
Last year when we had Pint, and when we was, fucking the cogs were going, full of confidence. The last season at Bowling was driving us a little bit as well. All these big games. When you're on the attack, players like Payet, you want them. You know what I mean? Like, he's making things happen. There's more than one player to look at, and he's jinking in and out, and he's scoring free kicks and all this. Brilliant. As soon as it comes to the crunch this year,
The dirty stuff.
the dirty stuff, he's about as much use as a chocolate teapot.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I know what you mean. But
I'm not saying he's not. He still wasn't our most creative player, but the tracking back.
no, yeah, I was on about his work rate. Like Snodgrass
the
today,
work
like
rate.
he was up and down.
But that's what you
all
need.
day.
Well, the thing is,
I
they
think
pushed him up front, and you could see he was knackered.
Yeah.
but he's
Still
still
chasing
chasing
it.
down.
He was still
and
running
that's
as
what
much
you
at the
want.
end
That's
as he
what
was
that's
at
what
the
I
start.
sort of like about our players is that they will rotate and play in different positions. Like you got Chet Quixote playing right back, Antonio's played right back, Antonio's played up front. Now you got Snodgrass out in the wing. Now he's playing up front. You know, it's good that you got players like that in your team.
It's good to have a bit of versatility. You know, you need that, and it's good for the players to go out there and just get on with it and do the job that
They
they've got to do.
looked a lot more confident on the ball today as well. Like when they was knocking it around. You know,
a nice little.
Obiang, he's so like I know he had a poor game the other night, which a lot of them did, but today he was so calm on the ball, and that's what I like about him. And that's why I want to see him and Czech together.
Be interesting to see what they're like together in a minute.
Yeah.
It really would.
Like that's what we've been. When we lose him, check. Like we've lost him pretty much for the whole season because of the right back and the centre back situation where we had to play him now. He went in the midfield for a couple of games. Totally, like, because to be honest, when he played in the midfield at the beginning of the season, he was pretty poor. Yeah. But the whole team was, you know what I mean? It was the confidence was very low. When he went back in that midfield just before the African Cup of Nations, he was brilliant again.
That's the thing. He does the thing he does over what Noble and Obiang do. He drives at the midfield.
he's
with
box
the
to
ball.
box.
Yeah. You know, he's a bit quicker. He's got that. You know, when he runs at players, teams worry about it. You saw it last season when he was doing that. When he runs at teams, they panic.
The thing is, you run at teams, what's going to happen? You're either going to set something up or you're going to be brought down.
Exactly.
The thing is, I don't think people realise how quick he is as well.
Yeah.
He's pretty rapid.
Quick for a big lad.
Yeah.
The Army used to do the same.
Yeah.
No, the Army used to do
Probably
the same.
like
thing.
Vieira as well, didn't he?
The
Vieira
Army's
was
probably
the
got a
same.
bit more skill about him than Czech.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe, but
You know, but
he's a wanker anyway. But yeah, he used to do the same thing, and he's like an upgrade on him, really. So that's what we should have been doing all over the pitch, but we'll mention that another time. As I said, third goal went in. There wasn't really a lot more to talk about, was there? It was.
No, I mean they slung a few balls into the box, which the centre half
I think
dealt
we
with.
could have scored a fourth if we'd gone for it, but I think we was seeing a game out, especially with Carroll gone off as well. I think if he'd have stayed on,
you
a bit
lose him
longer.
defensively as well, don't you? For
Yeah,
set
yeah.
pieces, things like that. Because you see that again today. You know, when defending corners and free kicks, who's winning the ball? You know, it's him, and he's a massive player.
Such an important player.
He is.
He's such an important player. We take him for granted really because of the injuries, and you know we don't see him enough. I mean, imagine how many goals he would have had now if he'd have been injury free all this time. You know what I mean? And the defensive work he does do as well.
If he had been injury free from when he first
He wouldn't be
started
playing for us.
he wouldn't be playing for us.
Nah, the thing is with Carroll as well, they've got to give him a long-term contracts. I think he's only got about 18 months left on his contract now.
Yeah.
I seen his interview the other day. He's settled here. He wants a new contract. Reward him.
The thing is, he looks
deserves
happy
it.
as well, doesn't he?
Yeah,
You know,
you ain't got to give him a 5-year contract. Just give him like a 2 or 3 year contract or an extension on his
Fair
18
enough.
months. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know he
Carroll's-
deserves it. 27, 28.
So he's still got.
He's still got-
So look, that is the key. If he can stay injury free.
Listen, he's not going to stay injury free
No,
for the rest
but
of his career. We
no
know that.
long-term
But yeah,
injuries, you
yeah.
know.
But since he's come back, he hasn't. Even when he's thrown himself about, he hasn't picked up any injuries. And
To be honest, you're not sitting there like we were last season when he
No.
goes in for a tackle and the
No.
centre half and all thinking, oh no, here he goes, going to get yourself injured. You know, you're a bit more confident he ain't going to get yourself injured.
But he's another one. He's another one. Like he's got to pick his battles.
Yeah.
I think he's realised that as well because you see him now. Like he ain't flinging himself for every single ball. You know what I mean? When you're sprinting full pelt, a man of his size has got to pick his battles. You know, a man of his size, when you're running across the pitch and you're flinging yourself 6 foot in the air, landing isn't never going to be good, is it? Especially when you're getting nudges from defenders and things like that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think it's we've been out so long. He's come back. He was keen to make a big impact and that. So, but like you say, now he's learnt to.
Because like Billy said, they're managing him differently.
Yeah.
Instead of letting him rest, they like put him in the gym or
Look, brilliant today.
Yeah, one thing I would say though today as well is the fans were unbelievable. Yeah. Even in the Yates's pub before the game, like honestly,
laughing, isn't it?
It was just top and bottom floor, full of West Ham in there, non-stop singing. On the way to the ground, weren't we? Non-stop singing. In the ground, like you probably hear us on the telly, like it's unbelievable, unbelievable support.
Until they scored. You only heard the West Ham fans.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, sometimes I don't think our club deserves our fans sometimes, how loyal and passionate we are and how much we love the team and the amount of noise. But the thing is, we always get behind them. Yeah, the club, I mean, yeah.
The regime don't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. But no, I'm just saying, like, the club's different, but the fan base has always been the same. You know what I mean? And, like, it gets me in the heart when I think to myself about the way they're treated sometimes. You know, the way they're all this new fan and all this new sort of customer, the way they're sort of swaying things their way to attract new customers. Look after the old ones. If the new ones want to come, they'll come. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of old ones that can't get in there anyway. You know what I mean? Like, because of certain things they've done and you know what I mean? It's look after the old people, man. The people that fucking travel home and away, the people that making the noise, the people that are there come rain or shine. You've got to look after them. That's what they don't do these days.
Because that's the thing. At the end of the day, they're the people that are there, whether you're top of the Premier League or bottom of League Two.
We've always been there. Like, as fans, we've always been
even
there.
in the Championship, we was like, I think it was someone posted the other day. It was 80 or whatever it was when we took 8,000 to Coventry.
More than that, isn't it? I think we took.
Yeah, I think. Allegedly it was 8.
The thing is, I remember at the time they were saying, like, the Championship chairman loved the fact that we were in the Championship, because they were earning more money for us being down there than some of the other clubs in there.
It was a good laugh in the pub, though, wasn't it?
That was funny. Yeah, rugby post.
That was good. That was a good day. It's been a good day,
That is.
I enjoyed it. Well done, Craig.
Cheers, mate. I don't know what.
Over the last couple of weeks, I want to speak about it. Over the last couple of weeks and months and things like that, because things have been a bit tough this year for the football club, because of the move, because of this, because of that. We've come in for a bit of stick lately. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit there and slag everyone off that gives us stick. People are entitled to their opinion about what we do and whatever. But when I see fan cams like they are today, like they was last year.
It was unbelievable. I mean, we had to film because we couldn't film outside the stadium, so we had to go off the property. It was just down the stairs, and literally that's where all the West Ham fans were coming out. And it was like Dan just set the camera up, and everyone was running over. I said, just record this, while we're setting up the mic and all that. And everyone was coming over. Come on, you irons, and everyone was happy, and it was like last season, and that's what we've missed.
And people sort of like, they direct their anger towards us sometimes. I'll take it on the chin sometimes. Some people are a bit over the top when it comes to, I can point out a message that we've had in the last week that I won't repeat, but I won't want to give him the airtime, the prat. But you get these. A couple of people, they think we're the problem. I can't get that. Like, I can understand why it's not for everyone, especially when we lose, you know what I mean? And I can understand where they're coming from, but we're not here to embarrass people, you know what I mean? And I've got to reiterate that we're not here to embarrass the club. It's not our fault that the club's going bad, you know what I mean? And when they say, somebody said on Twitter today, and he wasn't talking about us, but he was saying about people that come onto fan cams and just said, the same people that are saying we was shit on Wednesday will be the same prats on there today saying we was good. But I said to him, but that's the truth.
Yeah, but the thing is, we just filmed that literally after full time, so everyone's emotions, like if we filmed post-match Pint, like if we went home and then filmed it the next day,
be completely different.
Yeah, our views would be different, wouldn't it? So I think
you see that from the ones we film when we come straight from the ground to the ones we film like when we've been away and then have to film it the next morning. You know, it's a different point of view.
You've had time to reflect.
Yeah, that's it.
Think
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, the thing is, we're not telling any lies, and that's the thing that gets up my nose. We're not telling any lies. We're saying it as we're seeing it. That's what has just happened. And for people to turn around and say, "Oh, you're embarrassing the club by saying it," well, no, the club's embarrassing themselves by, performing like that. We're just reacting to our act, and I don't get this reiteration of, "Oh, you're embarrassing us," like you're an embarrassment to the club and all that. Why are they embarrassed? Because somebody else has said they're not happy. You know what I mean, when they're talking about Dom, I don't agree with Dom sometimes, but when he's ranting and raving, why are they embarrassed for Dom? You know what I mean? Like, Dom's not embarrassed to say what he feels. Why are they embarrassed? Because I don't understand it. Like, but as I said, I'm not gonna.
I think people just it's the way it is now. Most channels, most clubs have got fan channels. Some of them are embarrassing. Some of them ain't.
It's the modern generation, isn't it? It's the new generation of football fans. You know, it is YouTube, social media, all that side of it is the new thing, and it's the way football's going.
That's the way it is,
yeah. It won't be long until you're getting live games streamed on things like Facebook and stuff like that, because it is the way forward.
I wonder one day if people like Facebook and Twitter will end up winning the rights for Premier League games.
It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me, because it's so, what you can do now is so easy for them to turn around and say, well, hang on, let's be honest, Facebook have got more money than what Sky have or Virgin have or anyone like that.
Probably combined.
Yeah. They could turn around and say, right, we're going to show the games live on Facebook.
Yeah, they need the rights from the Premier League.
All they've got to do is pay for it. And they've got the money to pay for it. Yeah. It's the way forward. Look at YouTube. These give it another 10 years, people like YouTube are going to be the big players in the media side of things. They will be the ones that people go to watch stuff.
Anyway, it's been a long day.
Well, Antonio nearly scored at the end as well.
Oh yeah,
that's why I throw that in there.
Yeah, the volley, wasn't it? Yeah, we done well. Just went past the post.
Yeah. West Brom next week.
West Brom next week.
Crack on.
Yeah.
Another tough. That's gonna be a tough game.
That'd be a
tough game.
I've got to talk about one more thing. As you know, a few of you, we've chucked out a few tweets. We've done a tweet a little while back saying about the community TV, brand new channel. We're launching it this summer, hopefully. We're working behind the scenes to launch this new channel, and what this new channel is going to do is give you the chance to appear on these sort of shows. You know what I mean? Make your own strands, make your own this, make your own that. We'll go into more of that about that. But the most exciting thing that we've come out with this week is to launch the channel. We are that one's not going to go as well, is it?
Does it make you hurry up and talk?
Talk quick.
Fucking hell.
Like sunset.
Sorry.
To launch the channel, we've gone into trying to form a football club, which is an ambitious project. Me and Scott sat down, we had a little chat, and you don't really know nothing about it, do you?
But can I be director of football?
Yeah, you can, yeah. So what we're doing, it's going to be a community-based project. We're looking into now entering into a Sunday league. We're looking at pitch fees, kit, badge, all of that stuff, right? We're going to form a brand new club, and we've come to the decision that the club's going to be called Thames Ironworks Community FC. Yeah? You don't know nothing about it, do you? Thames Ironworks Community FC. We've had a badge design, which would be...
Looks good.
Yeah, looks good. Captures the old badge very well, doesn't it? And like it's a combination of the badges. We'll tweet that out in the next couple of days. But basically, we are here, this place here. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can negotiate to get the pitches here. If you can go outside right now, and we turn the camera around, the bar that we're sitting here is surrounded by a pretty decent football facility, I would say. Great pitches, great training facilities, great changing rooms, great gym, things like that. So we can make this, hopefully, our home ground. Yeah, we are in the shadows of the bowling. So we're back in Newham, back really aspect. Where are we? Like Green Gate, innit?
Yeah,
Green Gate.
Yeah.
So what we're doing?
Where are we?
Plastone.
No, I'm just trying to, in like perspective about where we are.
5 minute walk from the bowling.
5 minute walk from the bowling. So we're in the shadows of the bowling, and what we want to do, we want to try and make this club quite unique. Yeah. What we're going to do is everything's going to come from the community. The funding. Yeah, we've set up a GoFundMe page. Go down below. If you don't live in the area. If you can't come and play, if you can't come and manage, if you can't come and support, you can still be involved if you donate the money. Yeah. This is all to set up the club. We'll have open books. Anyone can, inspect the books at any time. We're not going to be saying, "Oh no, give us the money," and then we turn up with some tatty old kids from out of that. Everything's going to be run, properly. But we want it to be community based. We want it to be Hammers fans running this club. Hammers fans playing for the club, for Hammers fans to watch, as well as West Ham United, And what we're going to do, and this is where the ambition comes, right? This is going to be in the style of #Palmer's sort of style. So we're going to film all the stuff that happens, training, games, all of that stuff, and we're going to broadcast it all. We're going to give everyone a chance to watch the game. So you
no doubt we could speak to Spencer and arrange a friendly with them.
I'm sure we can. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be down the line. But what we want to do is we want to, get this off the ground. So if you can donate anything, if you can come over, if you've got coaching skills, if you've got management skills, if you can play football, we'll be holding trials over here. Got a few players recruited already. One, actually.
Can I play?
No. Yeah, so it's all of that stuff. But we'll do a special video to launch the community TV stuff. But if you can, go to the Just Giving page. There's going to be lots of people involved. We want to try and get some old ex-players involved in the coaching and stuff. So it won't just be us standing out. So you won't be seeing me eating an hamburger going, run around. Like there's going to be proper coaches, and things like that, hopefully. And it can all be for the community, by the West Ham community, and hopefully this could set a little trend. You know what I mean? And we can get this off the ground. So
I think it's a marvellous idea.
Well, I hope so. It's going to be a lot of work. You know what I mean? But it's going to be worth it when you see, a brand new football club formed, and it's going to go into a proper league. It's not none of this like # stuff where they
just play friendly.
Yeah, play friendly, so to speak, and make their own league. It's going to be a proper league.
It's not a breakaway.
Not a breakaway. No, it's not. It's not AFC West Ham or nothing like that. It's just a chance for you guys to come and play, you guys to come and manage, you guys to come and get involved in what we do. And I think it's going to be a very, very exciting project. And yeah,
sounds good.
He could be the magic, couldn't he?
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Don't do much else on a Sunday morning.
Anyway, thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match pint. We'll be back next week for West Brom. Don't forget to go and follow us on Twitter at West Ham Fan TV, Facebook on facebook.com/West Ham Fan TV, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, fucking
all the good stuff.
All the good stuff. And boys, we're very happy Hammers tonight.
We are very happy.
We are very happy.
So one thing left to say.
It's been a lovely day.
Yeah, beautiful day. Come on, you irons.